Hi, I'm Judy Fleming, the Director of Healthy Acres Canada, and we're here today to show you how to use the Soyabella Nutmilk Maker. We're going to make some almond milk today, and that's my favorite milk to make, but you could use other nuts to make Brazil nut milk, hazelnut milk, and have some fun trying different things. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to use this particular machine, and these are all the parts that it comes with. We want to fill up the jug with pure water. Make sure it's some good pure water, either distilled water with the Hydro Boost in it or some alkalized water. We have the Kangen water today that we're using. And we have two levels that we can fill it, the 1.3 liters and the 0.8 liters. And we're going to make the full amount, which is 1 cup of almonds that have been soaked. So I'll just tell you a little bit of the different parts that we have. This is where the motor is, and this is what you have to be sure to not put in water, because the motor's inside of this, and it has a very sharp blade at the bottom that spins inside the strainer once you put the nuts in it. And you put this on, and it has on the side of the little strainer, it's got a close and an open so that it tells you how to lock it in place. And then we will put this into the jug and press the button. But for now, I'm just going to show you what all we're going to do. First of all, we've got our almonds, and these are natural raw almonds that we have soaked for 24 hours. And we're going to now use our strainer and strain the water off of them and rinse them in some good pure water to get rid of any bacteria that might have been created as a result of them straining in a closed, confined spot. So I'll do that for you right now. Okay, so we're back with our drained and strained almonds, and as I said, these have been soaked for 24 hours, and we soak for a couple of reasons. First, we want to release the enzyme inhibitors that are in the nuts naturally so that they actually start to sprout, and that's why we're soaking them for 24 hours. Also, it helps to soften the nuts so that they're going to grind up and be able to be blended into an almond, a nice white frothy almond milk. So what we want is about a cup's worth of nuts, and we're going to put them in our strainer. It's a very fine screen strainer. And the whole process of making the almond milk, this is the hardest part, getting this into here. So it's a very simple process, but you need to sort of jiggle it and wiggle it until it's all in there, and then you want to close it so it actually turns opposite of what you expect it to. So you watch where it says close, turn it and lock it in place, and then we press this over top and it plugs in, and we just press down hard on it. And it has an outlet for the plug, and I like to have my plug already ready, plugged into the wall, and plug this in at the last minute, because when you plug this in, it beeps at you, okay? And this little light comes on in the center. There's 3 buttons. One says milk, one says mill, and the other one says paste off. And we want to press the center button, and we're going to press the center button here, which is the mill button. And we're going to press it and hold it down for up to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go. And it started grinding. And then we're going to wait until it starts flashing again, and then we're going to do it again. And we're going to do this 5 times to get it ground up as fine as possible to make the best almond milk. This machine does vibrate quite a bit as it's working. You can hold on to it, but it does vibrate a little bit. Don't be alarmed by that. Remember, I'm pressing the middle button. I wait for it to start flashing before I press it each time. You do not want to use the milk button. That's for making soya milk, and it uses heat. We want to make raw almond milk, so we don't want the heat. Okay, and now we've got some really nice white frothy almond milk. So we're going to pull the lid off. We're going to pull it out and look at all that wonderful white frothy milk. And then at the bottom of it, it's got this little handle. And then we've got this little plastic cup that comes with it so that we can set this in once we've strained off most of the milk. And then we're just going to take this, let's get as much of the milk out of there as possible. And we're going to put it in here, turn it around until it sits, now it can sit nicely, and it's going to strain some more, and then we can use some of the milk that's going to be in this little plastic jug. And if Jessica wants to come in nice and close, you can see the frothy, beautiful white frothy milk here. Okay, so that's how easy it is to make your almond milk. And we can use it right away, just the way it is. Looks like wonderful white frothy milk, and we can use this in many different applications. And it makes quite a bit of milk, so you might want to use some kind of a mason jar to put the rest of it in that you're not going to use, and you can keep it in the fridge for 2 or 3 days. Just fill it up, put your lid on tight, and put that in the fridge. Now there will be some sediment, and it will change a little bit of coloring as you leave it in the fridge, and then when you take it out again, just shake it up and it's ready to use again. It will have a little bit of a brown tinge to it. It's not pure white. Okay, so now we're going to see how we're going to use this almond milk today. So I'd like to invite my little granddaughter Nellie in today, and she's going to help me make some interesting treats. So come on in, Nellie, welcome. So this is Nellie, my granddaughter, and she's going to help make one of her favorite treats, which is a berry smoothie. And we've got some raspberries here, and we've got some strawberries. And Nellie's going to help us make some kind of a smoothie. And we're going to make it using our personal blender, because we're just making enough just for Nellie and I right now. And we're going to actually make some popsicles as well with that smoothie. And Nellie loves this because then she can, on a hot day, eat the popsicles and put them in the freezer. So first of all, we're going to take a banana. And we're going to slice the banana, and I'll do this part because we have a sharp knife here. We slice the banana into our cup, and we want half a banana per person.
About half of the banana is good.
Good.
Because how let's make this smoothie is we take some strawberries and put them in the cup.
So we're going to put in about, put them in there. That's not, we don't need to slice them. We're going to put in about 6 strawberries or 7 strawberries.
Let's put in 7.
Okay.
I think that's about enough.
Is that enough? Okay, I'll put one more in for good measure. Okay, great. And then we're going to add some of the almond milk. And Nellie, you want to do that, please?
Sure.
We're going to fill just up to where the strawberries are. She's going to add the almond milk. That's a good girl.
Good.
No, all the way to the top. Very good. Okay, wonderful. And then she's going to add just a tiny little bit of our beeswax D so that she's got a little bit thicker a shake. We'll put just one spoonful in. Okay, Nellie, you can put that in. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to take the blending blade, and you can watch the other video that we've done on how to use the personal blender here. We're going to bring the blender over, and Nellie's going to make this work. Always remember to let it stop before you take it off. Okay, Nellie, you want to take it off then? That's right. Turn it over. Okay.
Look at that smoothie. Doesn't that look good?
Yes, it certainly does. Okay, so we could just have a smoothie, and we're going to do one in a minute as a smoothie, but right now we're going to pour it into our
popsicles.
And we pour it in so that each one is full. We're just going to do 2 of them now because we've got some already made in the freezer to show everybody what they're like. And then we set our lid in. And you can buy these in many different places.
Any places, which is Walmart, the grocery store, and also
Dollarama. Yeah. Okay. So So we've got that all ready, and just give us a second and we'll show you what it looks like frozen. Okay, so we've got our smoothie made, and we can make it into popsicles, or we could just drink our wonderful smoothie, and we'll let Nellie taste it and tell us what she thinks.
This thing's pretty good. Maybe we can make more of them.
Okay. And sometimes on a really cold, not cold, on a really hot day, Nellie likes to have a popsicle.
They will be pretty good.
Okay, so there's other things we can do with our almond milk. Just like regular cow's milk, we can use our almond milk to make our cereal in the morning. And what we like for cereal in the morning is our ground flaxseed. And of course, this is raw milk. This is living milk with all the enzymes and everything because we made it with our almonds. And we're going to use this, and Nellie loves this cereal just as much as I do as well. And we're going to take some of our almond milk and add it to our flaxseed and stir it up so it's sort of like a porridge. And then we're going to sweeten it up. There's two different ways we could sweeten it up. We could have added to the milk when we were making it in the bucket with the raw almonds. We could have added 3 to 6 dates to sweeten it up. But today, since we're doing this as a nice cereal, we're going to sweeten it up with some maple syrup. And we've got some really, really nice maple syrup here that we, raw reverse osmosis processed maple syrup. So it's a really good maple syrup from Ontario. And this would be our cereal. So that will thicken up as we leave it. And we could add some chopped up nuts or some raisins, whatever you like, to make an interesting breakfast. Okay, so now I just like to pull over. Sometimes we like to add, since we have the pulp from the almonds, now what are we going to use that pulp for? Well, let me show you. First of all, we're going to open up our little container.
What is that stuff?
This is the pulp from the almonds. We ground up the almonds. Just put our sharp blade over here. And here we have all of the pulp. And what we can do is we can take some of this pulp and put it in our cereal.
And then you stir it up.
Stir it up.
And it'll just disappear, and you won't even know that it's even there.
And it's a good protein cereal with the almonds and the flaxseed. So that's one thing we can do with it. Another thing we're going to do with the almond pulp is we're going to put it into a container because we're not dehydrating today, but we'll be dehydrating in a couple of days, and we're going to make some almond flax cookies or something like that, so that we can use our, because you don't always want to use your almond pulp the same day you're making your almond milk, but if you can, this would be the perfect time to be making some of these wonderful flax crackers with some almond milk in. And I just want you to know that you can put it in the freezer, and you can watch the next video, which is going to be all about dehydrating, and we're going to use this again. And we just put it in a food grade Rubbermaid container, or a Tupperware container, or a glass container, something that you can put in the freezer and then take it out. I wouldn't leave it in the freezer for more than about a week or so, and then let it thaw, and you can use it as we're going to in our next video. So thank you very much, Nellie. You can go off and play and do something with your papa, and we're going to talk about what else we can do with the almond milk for us adults.
Thank you too.
You're very welcome. Okay, so sometimes we don't want a cold drink. Sometimes we want a hot drink, and we can make our Ticino coffee, and this particular one is the hazelnut, and it comes in 6 different flavors. And we chose hazelnut today, and we made the coffee just like you always make your coffee. And we're going to pour that into our coffee mug, a nice warm coffee, because sometimes it's maybe a cold winter day. And then we want to add some of our almond milk, and we just add the almond milk just like you would for any other. And if you want to add some sweetener, you can add some maple syrup. Or if you had sweetened your milk up with your dates, then you wouldn't have to add a sweetener. And then we've got a really nice warm cup of coffee that we can have. Okay, so another thing we might want to do is have a cold coffee drink for us adults. The kids love the smoothies, but maybe us adults would like a cold coffee drink. So we'll make it very much the same way as we made our smoothie, using half a banana, for one person that is. We'll just cut our banana up. And you see a lot of the expensive coffee shops have the coffee mocha lattes and everything. So we're going to take some carob powder. This is our raw carob powder. And we're going to take a little bit of maple syrup. And then we're going to fill up with our almond milk and blend it for a few minutes. So basically this is a chocolate milkshake that we've just made using our almond milk and our carob, and we want to pour some of our coffee and some of our milkshake, and then we're going to spoon out some of the froth. Sprinkle some cinnamon, and here we've got a nice cold mocha cafe. Isn't that gorgeous? There we go. Okay, so I want to thank you for joining us today using the Soyabella, and I just wanted to mention that some of the recipes that we've done today are in the Kitchen with Judy, and we have another book that's Hallelujah Smoothies, that you can also find some great smoothie ideas for using your almond milk. And I wanted to talk about cleaning the machine as well. When I'm cleaning this part here, which has got the very sharp blade, I take this over to the sink, and I don't get the top part of it wet at all, and I use my scrub brush all around here to make sure that I don't cut my fingers as well, to clean the top motor part. And then you can take this, and this you could actually immerse in water, but you don't really need to. Just fill it with warm water, add a little bit of soap, use your dishcloth and wash it out. It cleans up very, very easily because it's stainless steel. So this is the Soyabella Nutmilk Maker and all the wonderful things that we can do with it. And again, thank you for joining us today at the Hallelujah Acres Kitchens.